Hey guys, it's me Seren back with another video.
Typically I say hi to people, but you're the exception to that rule. Do you honestly want to know what can actually help you pick your boogers? Probably removing those nose rings.
So, a lot of people have been asking me if I was going to do a response to BuzzFeed's 27 questions that black people have for black people.
Considering the fact that you block people who criticize you, I'm surprised people actually manage to talk to you.
Um,
Ah.
that video was super racist, as we all know.
Considering the fact that you call all white people racist,
And I'm just here to let you know, public service announcement. Yes, all white people. All white people are racist.
or the fact that you think that all white people are savage animals,
It is invasion of the motherfucking body snatchers, which is what white people are. They're fucking aliens. They're fucking parasites. They're fucking soulless monsters.
the only racist I can spot right now is not the BuzzFeed video that you talked about, but is actually you. You so-called anti-racists are perhaps the most racist and the most sexist people I have ever seen on the internet.
And we also all pretty much know that the video was basically 27 questions that white people have for black people but are afraid to ask.
How do you know this? Unless of course you were working on the video and saw the staff members and their intentions, how can you possibly say that the video was intended for white people to ask black people questions? If anything, why in fact did they take their time to get black actors to ask those questions? Also, why would they have the word black in most of the questions anyway?
Reign of April, on Twitter, who started the Oscar So White hashtag, said that the flip side for that is questions black people want to ask of white people.
Yeah, because everybody knows that wanting affirmative action for the Oscars, that's just the best thing ever. Not your merit to win the awards, it's just your skin color, that's why.
She goes, the flip side would have been questions black people want to ask of white people, but we have none. We don't care. So I read that tweet and I was like, I have questions. I have questions. I have questions.
I'm sure that your questions would not totally be racist.
So this video is going to be 27 questions that black people have for white people.
I'm sorry, Sensei, but you do not speak for me. I don't consider myself to be part of the black community. I consider myself to be my own individual, capable of my own thoughts and feelings. When you say black people have these questions for white people, I don't really have these kind of questions that you're going to list right now.
I was originally going to get white people to ask, but I don't really know any.
Gee, I wonder why.
All white people are racist.
I decided I would just ask the questions myself because we all know that those questions were 27 questions white people have for black people, like we all know.
I don't really know that. I'm not really a mind reader.
So here is 27 questions that black people want to ask of white people.
Since you want to speak on the behalf of all black people, I want to speak on the behalf of sane, non-racist people.
Why do white people hate immigrants when you guys immigrated here from Europe?
Why are you assuming that all whites hate immigrants?
When are you going to go back home?
When are you going to go back to Africa, you racist cunt?
Why don't all white men apologize for mass shooters and serial killers? You know, like 80% of them are white males, right?
Should I apologize every single time a black shooter goes out his way to shoot people? No, I don't. You want to know why? Because I'm not that person, that's why. You cannot assume guilt by association. Every single last white individual are their own person. Why should anybody apologize for things that they have not done?
Why do white people wear cargo shorts with puffy jackets in the winter? Are you guys hot or are you cold? It's very confusing. It makes no sense.
Why do you assume that all white people wear that outfit? Seriously though, that's really collectivist of you.
Why don't white people season their food?
There are some that do, and there are some that don't. Again, you're assuming all white people are a certain way when they're not all a certain way.
Why do white people believe that structural and institutionalized racism doesn't exist? You guys know these concepts have been proven, right?
It depends entirely what you define as institutionalized racism. Since 1964, it has been illegal to discriminate on race and sex. Police departments have a code of conduct, and that's not including to kill people because of their skin color. So while there are in fact racist police officers, that still does not mean that the institution itself has racist laws against blacks or minorities.
What is reverse racism?
There is no such thing as reverse racism. there's racists just like you.
Why do white people think mayo is a slur?
Maybe it's because it's used by people like your friend.
So then I met my white friend Larry, and I'm talking to Larry right now. Say what's up, Larry. How you doing? Hey guys, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. I'm doing all right. I was talking to my therapist about, the issues I'm having with my mom and my kids. And not right now, Larry. I don't want to hear about you and your therapist. Not right now, Larry. Not right now, okay? Fake white Jesus' fake white birthday. Would you like what would you like? Well, I definitely don't want seasoning. You don't want seasoning, Larry? You don't want this? You don't want this seasoning, Larry? No, I don't use that. And definitely no deodorant. I already know, Larry. I already know your people don't use deodorant, Larry. Okay, good. So basically, I'm going to tell you what I want, all right? Okay, Larry, please tell me what you want. Okay, so this is my list, okay, Dazzy? I want 12 shots of Botox, 11 pairs of Uggs, 10 tubes of sunscreen, 9 dogs to kiss, 8 cultures to appropriate, 7 Starbucks gift cards, 6 bunches of kale, 5 child-size bulletproof vests. 5 child-size bulletproof vests? Why do you want 5 child-size bulletproof vests, Larry? Because we be shooting up schools, you hear me? True. Okay, 5 child-size bulletproof vests, 4 pairs of cross, 3 million niggas in jail. 3 million, Larry? You need 3 million of us in jail? Yes, I've got to feel safe, okay? I've got to feel safe with all the stolen resources I took from you people, okay? God damn it, no reparations over here. Okay, Larry, continue. I'm starting back at number 5, okay? Okay, go back to number 5. 5 child-size bulletproof vests, 4 pairs of us, 3 million niggas in jail, 2 terms for Trump, and 1 bag of math to put it all in.
You black nationalists call people male all the time, and you don't really expect people to take it as an insult?
Why are white people always threatening to kill their parents and then, actually going through with it?
That can happen with anybody, and not just whites.
Why don't white people have rhythm? Can you not hear the beat? It's very strange, very confusing.
There are some people that can dance, and there are some people that cannot dance. Again, you're assuming that whites cannot dance because they're white, which is racist.
Why do white people get so angry when others point out white privilege? I mean, you guys do have a 300-year head start on everyone else.
Maybe because there is no such thing as white privilege. This very concept of white privilege comes from critical race theory, which is, in fact, cultural Marxism. It assumes that whites have it good simply because they're white. However, that is not the case at all. What white privilege failed to realize is that there are actually different white people of different class and background. There are poor whites, there are upper class whites, and there are middle class whites. If white privilege is real, why assume as though that the majority of homeless people are in fact white? Additionally, why there are no white-only schools, there is no white-only award shows, there is no white-only affirmative action, how come white people cannot have these things, but black people can? Look, I know I'm going to be called a coon for saying this, but guess what? Black people actually have more privilege compared to white people.
Why aren't white people called welfare queens? You guys know you're the main recipients of welfare, right?
And again, it comes back to demographics. The majority of people in this country are white, so therefore, whites will have the most welfare compared to everybody else.
Why do white people think affirmative action is racist? The #1 beneficiaries of affirmative action are white women.
The reason why I think it's racist is because they actually add points and deduct points because of a person's race.
Why do white people want to say the N-word so bad?
I see more black people using nigger or nigga all the time. Seriously.
Why do white people keep saying they're losing the country?
Who's saying that they're losing the country? Do you have any sort of citation for that? Oh wait, you don't. You're just sensei, so I shouldn't expect any sort of citations.
BuzzFeed asked, why are black people always late? Well, I want to know, why are white people always so late? Slang, dance crazes, you guys hear about shit years later, and then you want to act like it's something brand new.
And again, it depends entirely on the person. There are some whites that are late, and there are some whites that are not late.
Why do white people insist that culture belongs to everyone? Culture is literally defined as the beliefs, customs, arts, etc. of a particular society, group, place, or time. It's a particular society that has its own beliefs and ways of life, a particular society, not the general public. To say that a specific culture belongs to everyone literally undermines what culture is.
So we should not share culture with anybody else because that will be racist somehow. You have no idea just how incredibly racist that sounds. Since we cannot share culture, then stop speaking English right now. Stop wearing that black shirt from China, stop eating Chinese food, stop eating pizza. Also, stop wearing dreadlocks, because dreadlocks came directly from white people too. Also, stop using that username Sensei Asimatsu. Seriously, you're a racist for borrowing like a Japanese culture name. You see how stupid that sounds? Like seriously, there is nothing wrong with cultural exchange at all.
Why do white people love doing indie covers of rap songs? What's that about? And why will said indie covers then get played on radio stations and in shops that would never play rap music?
Any person can do covers, not just whites.
Why don't white people understand that saying all lives matter as a response to Black Lives Matter is redundant? All means every life, including black ones. Don't all cancers matter, not just breast cancer? Don't all forests matter, not just the rainforest? Shouldn't we be trying to save all sea creatures, not just the whales?
When would you acknowledge that all lives matter is not an ideology compared to Black Lives Matter?
Why do white people like to pretend that slavery wasn't so bad? They had food and shelter. They were also, enslaved.
Why is it that you black nationalists don't acknowledge that black people actually owned slaves? Not only that, but when are you guys going to acknowledge that Muslims were the ones that actually enslaved us too?
Why is getting approved for small business loans considered to be a white people thing?
It is not.
Why do white people move into neighborhoods and assume their way is the best way and then kick everyone else out?
Why do you assume that whites want to kick out blacks because they're blacks?
Why are white people stopped at a rate of 5 times less than black people despite having a higher chance of being found with contraband like drugs or weapons on them?
Because blacks commit the most homicides, that's why.
Why does white America do the crime yet black America do the time?
Because blacks commit the most crime per capita.
Why do white people love to say that race doesn't matter when you made up the concept of race and race-based chattel slavery?
Why do you assume that all white people agree with the concept of race, even though there are some with different minds? Again, going back to the Muslim example, there has been slavery that predates the transatlantic slavery trade.
And the last question, why is whitewashing still a thing? Scarlett Johansson.
Wait a second. Earlier you said that we should not share cultures, yet you're fine with actually a movie of Ghost in the Shell. Fucking hell.